housemates. Welcome to our first culinary debate. And today we have 18 topics to talk about in the culinary system, and being a chef, I want such certain recipes should be untouched. Trust me, this debate is going on two phases. The first phase is the debate properly, and the second phase come with a task after the debate. So when you step forward, introduce yourself and tell us the topic you are talking on. Yes, then you continue. Housemate, let's learn to celebrate each housemate that step forward. Do we understand?
Yes, Master Chef.
The first housemate to open the ground floor with our debate is the king of the mansion, Kábíyèsí Ọba Mọ́rẹ́níkèjì, the head of house. Let's listen carefully as she throws out her lights and points on these topics. It will be wise for others to jot, for this is a very expensive, creative opportunity to learn from yourselves. After the short while research, I believe we are well equipped for the debate. Mọ́rẹ́níkèjì.
Yes, Master Chef.
Every debater has just 3 minutes to make their point, and your time starts now.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening to everyone and to my fellow housemates. My name is Chef Mọ́rẹ́níkèjì, and today is our culinary debate. And my topic today is Nigerian food's identity versus global fusion food. Should Nigerian cuisine food be locally remain cultural, or should modern chefs infuse modern international flavor, even if it alters the original flavor? So when we hear Nigerian food, we hear heritage, we hear traditional. Growing up, we are used to having amala, our gbegiri and ewedu, and we like our jollof rice, we like our suya. Those tastes has not been altered like our egusi, but now modern chefs are altered it, they fine dine it. Fine dining is okay, and infusing the modern creation isn't bad because that helps us grow globally. When you talk of economic, we've helped the economy by sourcing for fresh items from farmers, and it has really helped the system because we want to keep that taste. You can imagine foreigners and expatriates coming to Nigeria just to have the feel or the taste of our African food, jollof rice. I know someone that have flown up from UK to Nigeria just to have the taste of that, our authentic jollof rice, our spicy suya, our amala, our tuwo. I can go on and on about it. But it's not a crime for the modern chef to add the fusion of international look, because they've really helped us to dive into the international standard. You see modern chefs have a plate of amala spilled with gbegiri and ewedu, but growing up we never knew anything about fine dining, we never knew anything about food plating. We just enjoy the taste, we enjoy the meal, the consistency. We always look forward to having that African meal wherever we go to. And fusion is not confusion, it's evolution. It has really helped the system. So yes, modern chefs can continue with their creativity, but they shouldn't alter the taste, the tradition, and the style on how we make the food, how everyone enjoys the meal. I know the eyes is the meal before the mouth, but at the same time, they really helped traditional meals go international. Thank you.
That was good, valid points. Housemate, put your hands together. Again. Now, knowing fully well that we should not infuse the foreign spices to our local, you will be having a task, and I will let you know immediately the debate is over. The next contestant is Chef Aloma.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, viewers and my fellow co-housemates. My name is Chef Aloma. I'm here to throw a light on the topic firewood versus gas and induction. Does the heat source affect flavors? I'll start with firewood. Firewood is a natural or traditional. Firewood has a natural and traditional flavor that heats the pot with a smoky and aromatic infusion in our traditional meals. That's why in the olden days that there was no gas, firewood is used to make most of our food, and it has a natural flavor infused in it with a dash of smoke infusion. While gas can also be smoky, but unless gas can also be smoky unless if it is but it can also be smoky and controlled. If you don't want it to be smoky, you control it with your heat. You make the heat low. While an induction is not smoky. Induction has an energy and electronic energy that heats the pot, and it does not produce smoke under it. So an induction cannot give you that smoky flavor from any meal you're preparing compared to gas and firewood. That's just the little I can say about it.
Wonderful presentation. So, are you saying we should stick to the firewood method of heat cooking than gas or inductions?
For the traditional smoky flavor, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
That's to say, you will have a task immediately after the debate. The next person is Chef Eva, the Onowu of the house. Please endeavor to talk loud and let your fans and family hear you clearly.
Good evening, Master Chair. Good evening, my fellow housemates. Good evening, my viewers, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Chef Eva, and the topic I'm here to talk about is fresh process convenience. Is a chef less skilled if they rely on processed items such as fresh ingredients, stock cube, or fresh blended spice. First, I'm going to talk about fresh ingredients. Health-wise, fresh ingredients is very good. I remember growing up those days, my grandmother don't really use Maggi. She used more of fresh spice to put seasoning. She used more of fresh ingredients to cook. Whenever she's cooking, she used less Maggi, less salt. And when you're using too much of processed spice, it's really it's not good for the health. It can cause damage to the body. Then fresh food is always very good to use it to cook. But as a skilled chef, if you really want to get some taste, if you want to get a good meal, you need to combine all of them together to get it. It's just a matter of, depends on how you combine your ingredients to get a good taste of food. Thank you.
Short and precise. Well done. I remember growing up, we used to know when our mother cooked from when our elder sister cook. True or true?
True, Master Chef.
Because she has a way of combining our recipes, our spices. As good chef, you should be able to create a flavor that people will say, this is the reason why we go to our restaurant or we want to hunger for our food. Wonderful presentation. And trust me, the second phase is coming. The next person is the chief bodyguard to the king, Chef Ralph.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my viewers out there. Good evening, my co-housemate. I'm talking about food plating versus food flavor. And I said, should a beautifully plated dish with an average deep taste be considered exceptional? And I say yes. As much as plating is important to bring out the good presentation for the food and the color and all that you have. If the taste is not there, the flavor of the food is not there, then it's a flop and it's not going to work. So there has to be a combination of good taste, which is the flavor, and the good plating as well to present to have a good presentation of the meal prepared. So in conclusion, I want to say that it is important to have a good taste alongside the good plating and to have a good presentation of food. Thank you, Master Chef.
Chef Ralph, I'll ask you this simple question. Which did you prefer?
Yeah.
A good plating with not good flavor or a poorly plated with good flavor?
I would prefer a good plating with a good I would prefer a poor plating with good taste.
That is to say, one of the key things you must have as a chef is know how to make your dish tasty.
Yes, Master
and
Chef.
well flavored.
Yes, Master Chef.
You may have a good plating and have poor taste and still don't pass. And you may have a poor plating with a good taste and someone will suffer your meal. Thank you very much. That will take you to stage 2. The next person is the king's slave. Chef Kingsley.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, viewers all over the world. Good evening, my co-housemate. I will be speaking on a topic which says traditional recipes and chef innovation. And the question here says, is a chef allowed to classically or like apply their innovations on preparing our traditional recipes? The example here is on egusi, amara, or jollof rice. Well, I would say whenever we think of promoting Nigeria cuisine, we must also understand that this is part of our tradition. And all these recipes were all discovered by our ancestors. If we can say we honor our ancestors, we must always understand that these people, they work very hard by discovering these all recipes. And the area which the chefs can always come in with their innovation is, how do we present these meals to the world to meet up the world standard? I will take my reference, or I will make an example, like let's say Indian cuisines. When you walk into an Indian restaurant, the first thing that comes into your mind, into your head whenever it's served is the type of dish that the Indians serve their food with, the type of plates they serve the dishes, the side dishes with, and so on and so forth. And then also, you get to be able to differentiate, is it the South Indian dishes or North Indian dishes? These whole people, their all dishes has been exceptional. It has been standing out there internationally. And trust me, they never played with their recipes. They never played with their traditional ingredients. They kept to that standard which their ancestors found for them. But they make it more exceptional by how they present it. Like whenever you walk into their restaurant, you see that kind of dishes. I think for we the chefs in Nigeria, if we really want to put out the Nigerian dishes out there, the area we need to work is how do we present this meal? How traditionally are we going to present this meal to stand out there internationally, not by kind of infusing some kind of Western flavors into our traditional dishes. Because I will use myself as an example. I ask you for egusi soup, but then I get some funny flavors inside the egusi soup. I will not eat it because I need that traditional flavor. So I think we as the upcoming chef, if we are able to come up with a traditional way of presenting the meal and leave the recipes, I think it would be more beautiful. Thank you guys. Thank you, Master Chef.
That is a wonderful one. Because taking our dishes out to the world, we must let them know that we have great spices which are much healthier. Everybody have a feel and know how egusi soup, for instance, tastes. When you feel a different taste, I'm very sure, like you said, you wouldn't want to eat it. Thank you. That will take us to stage 2 for you. Why though?
Thank you, Master Chef.
Chefina.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my fellow housemates, and good evening, my viewers all over the world. I'm here to talk about the topic that says nutrition versus taste, and this is the question. Is a chef responsible for prioritizing healthy meals over taste, even if healthy substitution reduces the flavor intensity? Now, the first responsibility of a chef is to make a tasteful meal. If as a chef, your food isn't tasteful, you wouldn't have returning clients and customers. Now, in cases where people are aging or because of health challenges, you are advised as a chef to improvise and reduce the quantity of chemicals and preservatives and so on and so forth to fit the taste of people living with mantra. It means people who live by law. For example, if you want to make a typical vegetable soup, a national dish of Nigeria, in the soup you have meat, you have fish, you have crayfish, seasoning, and also on and so forth. Now, if a diabetic patient or somebody who is over 50 wants to eat, people who live by law, they will tell you that they don't want seasoning, that's brown stock, they don't want salt, they don't want beef, they don't want stockfish, and so on and so forth. As a good chef, what you can do, you can infuse dawa and which is our processed locust bean and crayfish to serve as the taste and the flavor in the food. Now, as a good chef, this is what you do. You create a platform where you can balance taste and at the same time reduce these processed infused flavors in our food. Thank you.
Chofina, healthier meal and tasteful meal, which do you prefer?
I prefer healthier meals.
No wonder it said, it's better to pay a good cook than paying the doctor. Since you prefer healthier meals, you are going to, on your stage 2, I will tell you what to do.
Thank you, Master Chef.
Wonderful presentation. Thank you. Next, Chef Adelove.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my fellow chefs and the viewers all over the world. My name is Chef Adelove Shibi, and here is a question I wanted to attend to. Premium ingredients versus local sustenance. Should a chef prioritize expensive imported ingredients or showcase Nigerian low-rated ingredients? I think as a Nigerian chef, I would rather prefer to showcase my low-rated ingredients than to prioritize the most expensive ingredients. Because being a Nigerian, there is a lot of benefits in showcasing what they call low ingredients. There's nothing like it's just, I think the differences there is just the packaging. Because most of our Nigerian ingredients, as far as I'm concerned, is the best ingredient ever. Talking from the spices, the menu, and everything. And there is a lot of benefits when you showcase our low-rated ingredients, like cultural identity. There's this connection when you showcase it that connects you to our cultural and your economic identity. Talking of unique flavor, there's this unique flavor it brings to the table when you showcase your Nigerian low-rated identity. Talking of cost control, Yes, you cannot compare sourcing your ingredients within your environment than maybe importing those expensive ingredients here. So there's this very low cost identity there. And talking of sustainability, thank you.
Very well said, Chef Adilov. Talking about sustainability of our spices, it's good we use more of our local spices. And that will take you to stage 2, which will involve more of practicals. Celebrate her. I hope we are all learning from each other. Next person, Chef Edwards.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, viewers. I am Adini Oluwashima, Chef Edwards. I'm here to talk about the speed and the perfection, which says, is it better to delay a meal for a perfection or to fast the meal in a chef competition? My first point, in every cooking competition, chefs face the same pressure: deliver fast or deliver perfect. Time is the real enemy in the competitions. Cooking competitions are designed with tight time limits. You may have the best recipe in the world, but if the judges don't taste it because you finish late, your perfection becomes useless. Judges reward complete dishes, not excuses perfection. Cooking is an art. Quality is the soul of the dish. Great chefs separate themselves by flavor, techniques, and presentations. Perfection often brings the wow effect that wins the judge's heart. Judges look for excellence, not average. Final balance perspective. In truth, neither speed nor perfection alone wins cooking competition. The real champion is the chef who knows when to move fast and when to slow down for quality. Speed is essential for survival. Perfect is essential for the victory. The smartest chefs perfect their works so that this is both fast and exception. The real point is, as a chef, you have to know how to balance your meal because that is your profession. Thank you.
Time is of essential. In everything you do, you should know timing is of essence. Well said and good delivering. As a good chef, you should be able to balance your perfection with speed. That will take you to the second phase of this debate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Master Chef.
Chef K.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my fellow contestants. And then good evening, viewers all over the world. My name is Chef K. I'm here to talk about the authentic heat levels. And the question is, does reducing pepper level for global appeal compromise the sales of Nigerian cuisine? Thank you very much. Reducing pepper level for global appeal compromising sales of Nigerian cuisine. It is a very complex issue that I have to talk in two perspectives. One is considering the target market. When you look at the target market, are we focusing on making it more appeal to audience to have access to it? So if more audience can have access to our cuisines, it is necessary for us to reduce the pepper on the meal, so that if they have more access, we can equally have more sales. Secondly, we talk about the brand goals. The brand goals here is talking about the authentic heat of the ingredients. You know, Nigerian cuisine is defined with a characteristics that has a very authentic heat. For instance, like Nigerian pepper soup, it has a great heat on it. So if this is altered, probably the profile, the flavor profile will be changed, and then we are not talking of maintaining the authentic and heritage of Nigerian cuisine. So probably I would like to say that reducing this pepper level depends on the decision on the target market as well as the global brand. If we are branding to make sure that we are going to maintain our authenticity, it is necessary for us to maintain that heat intact. If we are looking forward to make sure that we increase demands so that we can have more sales, it is necessary for us to reduce the pepper so that it can be accessible globally. Thank you so much.
The two perspectives you came from are very essential. Don't you think the best way is to strike a balance?
Okay, Master Chef, in every business, you are in to make profit. Even though we trying to maintain our authenticity, if you maintain your authenticity without making profit, you are going to be out of the trap. So I am suggesting that when we try to make it moderate, creating standard recipe that will help us to make, sales at the end of the day. So I'm saying that it is necessary for us to tune it down so that we can have more demands in whatever we are doing. Thank you, Master Chef.
Don't you think there's an audience for every dish?
Of course, Master Chef, I know that there is audience for every dish. That is why if you are running anything, you make your market segmentation, and then you know people that you can be able to reach out to. Thank you, Master Chef.
Well said. Thank you very much. That will take us to the next stage.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Master.
Next person. Chef Nana.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my fellow housemates. And good evening, viewers all over the world. My name is Chef Nana, and my topic says smoky jollof. And topic reads, is authentic party jollof defined by the smoky flavor, or is this simply a preference? I'll say that the authentic party jollof is defined by the smoky flavor, in the sense that the smoky flavor is that characteristic that gives it a distinguished taste from the normal homemade jollof rice we normally have. And how do we get the smoky flavor? We can get it in two ways, or several ways, but I have two ways: the traditional method and the modern day method. In the sense that in traditional method, we cook our rice in an open fire with a pot, with an iron cast pot, whereby the rice is burnt underneath slightly. And when the rice is being burnt, that process infuses the dish, as in the process infuses into the dish, in the sense that it gives us that smoky aroma, deep flavor. Then coming to the modern way, modern technique, definitely we can use the firewood, but what we can use is now we put the rice
on the fire, in a pot on the fire, and we use the steam foil. We use the foil to steam up the rice, in the sense that the air that's supposed to go up is being trapped in that, and also that gives the smoky, whereby the rice underneath burns a little, and it gives us that smoky flavor taste we are looking for. And remember, this is not done in an open fire now, this is done in an enclosed fire. And another way I personally do the smoky jollof rice, that I do a stir fry of the rice with oil and granite oil and onion. I stir fry the rice first, as in washing up our body. I stir fry the rice first. Make sure I get that burnt taste in the rice before I add my ingredients and the water. So I like to boil and get the smoky. Thank you.
Chef Nana,
Yes, Master Chef.
are you saying it's the burnt part that makes the rice smoky?
Yes, Master Chef.
I disagree with you. Because that smoky jollof used to be my favorite growing up.
Master Chef, I can prove to you that even in a closed fire, you can still get your smoky jollof rice with that.
Even when you use a gas.
Yes, Master Chef.
I will not press forward. That will take you to your next challenge.
Okay, Master Chef.
What I said, but I believe the local processed, that's the only way out for having that smoking jollof. Because if you go to our gatherings today, you hardly find a smoky jollof. It has a special taste and feel even after you've eaten it in days.
Okay.
Thank you. Chef Lizzie.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, Master Chef. My question here is cultural respect. Is it cultural dishes from tribe you know nothing about? Is it disrespectful to modify cultural dishes from tribe you don't belong to? I would say yes, it's disrespectful. Because one, you can't modify a dish you don't know anything about. Like you making, I will use the example of a black soup. You preparing a black soup and you don't understand the purpose of making that particular soup. Like the Benin, the purpose of that soup, I told you, like I said yesterday, I said it's medicinal, and they have varieties of leaves there. Like you have your scent leaf and other leaf, they all represent, they have their own identity there. Like the black soup, it's unique on its own. Like I will talk about the oro, because we have oro and the oro soup. If someone is preparing oro and it's mistakenly it, and the person is talking about oro soup, it's a different thing. Oro is different from oro soup. So if you want to represent Edo State or Benin and you want to prepare oro, you know that you are preparing oro. Thank you.
Well said. I think what you rather means is disrespectful when you don't use the kill spices. Because every tradition, tribe, have some things very essential in preparing their dish, even if you want to tweak it a little. Thank you. That will take you to the next stage.
Thank you, Master Chef.
Chef Alice Wonderland.
Good
evening, Master Chef. Good evening, viewers all over the world. Good evening, my fellow housemates. My question is, technology in the kitchen. Does relying on gadgets like sauce build machine reduces a chef's credibility or enhances a chef? Thank you. I will say it enhances a chef. It makes a chef to be more professional. And on the other hand, in a case whereby you don't have those machines, you can easily adapt. Let's say, for instance, you are in the kitchen where you don't have, for instance, a microwave, and you need a food to be hot very fast. You can easily adapt. So you can easily adapt and make the food to be very hot on time. Secondly, you may have those machines and you don't know how to use it, and they are not in good shape. But you have already your fundamental skills of the knowledge of being a chef. You can adapt immediately, because who is a chef? A chef always thinks out of the box. So in conclusion, it is very good for you to think out of the box. When you have technologies that you don't know how to use them, think out of the box very fast. Thank you.
Chef Alice Wonderland,
Yes, Master Chef.
you're trying to tell us that using these machines, modern technology, does not reduce the chef's creativity.
Yes, Master Chef.
Well said. That will take you to your next stage. Chef Atoke.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, everyone. I'm here to talk about personal taste stroke customer's preference, which says, should a chef cook on their own palate or the palate of the audience they serve? To me, both are very important. Both are very, very important, because in any business, customer comes first. Customer is the king. So they are very important to the business. Meaning, the taste, the texture of customers matters in food. And also, the chef must have their own, the chef must have their own style, the way they create a meal or menu, so that their customers will appreciate it. Thank you.
Chef Atoke.
Yes, Master Chef.
If you ask me, I will say the chef should cook on his or her own palate than the customer's palate. Because what we attract and make your customer come back is how well your palate was dished. For instance, there used to be Iyaibo pepper rice. She started a very hot, heated kind of rice at our palate, and people get to enjoy it. For some reasons, there are reasons why some people go to some certain place to have their dish. Like you said, because everybody has said the customers are always right, doesn't mean that a chef's creativity is what sells the chef. I've told you, don't demystify your craft. That palette will make you special. Don't you think so?
Yes, Master Chef.
That will take you to your next stage. Well said. F. Happy Queen. Always happy.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my fellow housemates. Good evening, viewers all over the world. My name is Chef Happy Queen. I'm here to talk about food waste ethic. And the question is, should a great chef be judged partly by how little waste they generate? Yeah. Food waste is not good because it reduces profit, and that is why it's important for a chef to minimize food portioning. So as a chef, you should know how you portion your food, because if you don't minimize your portion, you run out of waste. Thank you.
Well said. It is good for a good chef not to have too much of waste. Waste ethics is very important, because when you work in some establishment, your recipes could be mentioned and given to you. If you do a lot of waste, you may not achieve the dish. So waste ethics is a very great important point that a chef must know. That will take you to your next stage. Chef, Chef Success.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, everyone. My topic is ingredient substitution. Is it advisable or acceptable to replace traditional ingredients like iru, ogiri, or crayfish with modern umami booster? Before I go forward, what is ingredient substitution? Substitution of one ingredient for another can or may alter the taste, color, moisture, content, and texture of the food. What is umami booster? Umami booster is a fermented food such as soy sauce, miso, kimchi. The fermentation process is a glutamate that breaks down into free glutamate, which gives stronger stage of umami. So why is it advisable? To me, I would say it's not advisable to use traditional ingredients with modern umami booster. Why? Because they are food that boost umami, such as mushroom, tomatoes, meat sauce, because all these umami booster, they are rich in food, and it gives the best taste when preparing the food. Thank you.
Chef Success.
Yes, Master Chef.
Are you saying it's good for us to replace it, or it's not good?
It's not good to replace crayfish, iru, and ogiri with this umami booster.
Well said. I love how You brought us in, explaining the different they were done. I will take you to your next stage.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, viewers.
Chef Eden, hold on. Go ahead, Chef Eden Garden.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, viewers. My name is Chef Eden, and I'll be talking on complexity and simplicity. So the question is, are complex multiple-step dishes superior to simple, clean, bold flavors? So the answer should be like yes or no. But the truth is, there's no straightforward answers when it comes to complexity and superiority. Because superiority in cuisine depends on purpose, it depends on experience and the context. So complex dishes are dishes that showcases a chef's technical mastery. That aside, the dishes are usually deep, flavored dishes. You know, an example is like beef Wellington. You've heard of beef Wellington. The technicalities and the processes of making beef Wellingtons are usually complex as it is. And the flavors that, you know, enhances from a bite, like I said, is boosting, you know. Every flavor, every bite that you take from complex dishes are usually flavorful. Even our Nigerian dishes like the ofako, the process of making ofako is hectic. Some people don't like it because, you know, you have to pick the nuts, wash, boil, pound, like it's complex. But those dishes have a way of improving flavors because for every step you take in making those dishes, each step enhances a flavor that brings out the final result. But simple dishes are, as the word it is, simple, easy to make in quotes, but it requires skills. Because as simple as those dishes can be, you can't make a mistake because it's supposed to be simple. So how will it look like when you make mistakes from making simple dishes? So you have to have like neat skills to be able to achieve those flavors. Simple dishes are supposed to be seasoned perfectly. They're supposed to be cooked perfectly. Yes, you're supposed to use good ingredients because they are simple. So you have to use ingredients that are good for them to shine in those dishes. Unlike complex dishes that, you know, no matter the kind, you have to use good ingredients for every dish. But because of how complex a dish can be, before you move from one process to another, from one technique of cooking to another, it comes out perfectly in quotes. And all over the world, different cuisines, like the Japanese cuisine, they were founded on a mentality that less is more. That's for simplicity. And we've heard the word less is more. The truth is that less is actually more. But both parties, both complex steps and simple steps are, like I said initially, are dependent on different things. And they apply to different people, different customers, different clients, different palates. For complex dishes, complex multiple steps, you know, it enhances, it dwells more on creativity. It shines creativity, it shines the craft of the chef, you know, the presentation of the dish. But for simple dishes, it dwells more mostly on the purity and the creativity and the clarifying, you know, image of the ingredients. like I said, you have to use good ingredients to shine. You're not doing too much for simple steps or simple dishes. So everything you use or every step you use, as little as it may seem, has to make the dish shine forth. And a good chef should understand when complexity is needed. When a dish needs complexity, when it needs, to go through multiple steps, and when a dish just needs simplicity, just do this, and it's out. So that's the power of being a good chef. Not overcrowding or overburdening a particular dish. There's some ingredient that doesn't need too much. Just a little goes a long way. For every dish that we present as chefs, the process matters. Whether it's complex, whether it's simple, all matters. The fact is that you should be able to know as a good chef which process you should use for a particular dish. Superiority in cuisine doesn't matter the number of steps, doesn't matter how many techniques you use, because at the end of the day, your dish speaks to the end user, it speaks to the diner, the experience you want that diner to get, the kind of taste you want to pass to that diner. That's all that matters. Thank you.
In a nutshell, what I could grab is whether it's a complex meal or a simple meal. As a chef, you should have a good processor to make sure it comes well.
Yes, Mr. Chef.
Wonderful, well said. And that will take you to stage 2 of this culinary debate.
Thank you.
Well done. Chef Betty, aka the Gen Z Chef.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my fellow housemates, and good evening, viewers at home. My name is Chef Betty. I'm here to talk about the cultural ownership, and the topic before me is who truly owns jollof rice? Is it the cook? Is it the tribe? Is it the chef that prepares it? Jollof rice is one of the major dish in the West Africa, in many African countries, and which Nigeria is part, Ghana, Senegal, and others. And it's a complex question before me. But the way I will put this is, each region, each tribes have their own spices, have their own uniquenesses in preparing their dishes. The seasoning I'll be using here in Nigeria, definitely someone at Senegal may not find that type of seasoning. The spices I'll be using here, someone in Ghana may not find the same spices. So, in a nutshell, in conclusion, jollof rice is a cultural heritage dish in the West African countries, with each and individual taste and uniquenesses of preparing their dishes. Thank you.
Well said, Chef Betty.
Thank you, Mr. Chef.
But what if we look at it in the context at which it was said? You agree with me that to the English word, every English word has two meanings: the denotational meaning and the connotational meaning. The denotational meaning is the original meaning of the word, and while the connotational meaning is how it is used in the sentence. According to this sentence, who owns the jollof rice?
It is a shared culinary heritage dish. We can't a tribe can't claim it that they are the one that owns it. Likewise, when the chef claims that he owns it, because the tribe will prepare it according to their tastes, and the chef prepare it according to the knowledge and the professionalism in him or her. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well said. And I'll take you to stage 2.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. The next person is Chef A, aka Small Pepe.
Good day, everyone. Good day, Master Chef. Good day, all my viewers and fans watching me. To speak on chef's personality versus skills, should a cooking champion win based on pure culinary skills, or should charisma and storytelling matter also? I will start by a chef is supposed to have some certain skills, and what it takes to be a chef. You have to know what you're producing, the product, the method of preparation. You have to have the ability to be a team player, that's teamwork. You have to have the ability to work with others, to work with your hands, the ability to be able to accept criticism, and also to work under pressure. Cooking is not just all about going into the kitchen and whipping out food or just mixing flavors. It's about human intelligence, it's about art, it's about science, and a lot of things compromise being a good chef. Thank you. In a nutshell, I would say that you have to have the skills and also the charisma to also be a chef. It's not just about the skills, it's your ability to be able to manage people and situations in the kitchen. Thank you.
I have personal interest on this topic. That's why I wanted it being said before gracious God, she was supposed to come before you. Now, in a nutshell, you just said, it's not all about the skills, the charisma, and the storytelling.
Yes, Mr. Chef. It's not just about the skills, it's your discipline and charisma.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master Chef.
Well said. Chef, gracious God. My beloved daughter.
Good evening, Master Chef. Good evening, my viewers. My topic here is Spices Original Blend versus Package Mix. I'd like to talk about the Spices Original Blend. To me, the Spices Original Blend is better because the flavor, and there's a way you combine the flavor to know the real taste of the original blend. Then for the package has preservatives, so you might not, the taste of the preservative in it might not be what you want. It might not give you what you want. Then secondly, then it says, do packaged spices make skill creativity, or do they help maintain consistency? To me, it actually kills creativity because it has a limited, it is limited though, so it has a limited flavor and combination. Thank you.
Well said. That is to say, every chef should have a way of putting together their spices to make a different Indian meal and have a signature meal than packaged spice. Well said. Well done. That will take you to the stage 2. Asme. Originally, we cannot underrate our local spices because they are spices, for instance, you can never replace to actually achieve that dish you want to achieve, which are the main condiment for such dish. Well done, housemate.
Thank you, Master Chef.
That will be all for the first stage. I think the kitchen crew are ready for you. We'll stop now and continue later. That will be all. Celebrate yourself.